Excuse a straight question, Higgins, but are you a man of good character where women are concerned? Have you ever met a man of good character where women are concerned? Oh, yeah, very frequently. Well, I haven't. I find the moment I let a woman make friends with me, she becomes jealous, exacting, suspicious, and a damn nuisance. I find that when I let myself make friends with a woman, I become selfish, tyrannical. Women upset everything. When you let them into your life, you find the woman is driving at one thing and you're driving at another. But what exactly? Asked Colonel Pickering. Oh, Lord knows. I suppose the woman wants to live her own life and the man wants to live his, and each tries to drag the other onto the wrong track. One wants to go north and the other wants to go south, and the result is that they both have to go east, though they both hate the east wind. So here I am, a confirmed old bachelor, and likely to remain so. Oh, come, Higgins, you do know what I mean. If I'm to be in this business, I shall feel responsible for that girl. I hope it's clearly understood that no advantage is to be taken of her position. What? That thing? Sacred, I assure you. You see, she'll be a pupil, and teaching would be impossible unless pupils were sacred. I have taught scores of American millionairesses to speak English, the best-looking women in the world. I'm seasoned. I mean, they might as well be blocks of wood. I might as well be a block of wood. Mrs. Pierce enters the scene. Yes, is that all right, Mrs. Pierce? Sir, I just wish to trouble you with a word, if I may. Yes, of course, Mrs. Pierce. Come in, come in. Oh, don't burn that hat. I'll keep it as a curiosity. Oh, handle it carefully, sir, please. I had to promise her not to burn it. But I think I'd better put it in the oven for a little while. Yes, thank you, Mrs. Pierce. Well, what are we to say? Mr. Higgins, will you please be very particular what you say before the girl? Of course, I'm always particular about what I say. Oh, no, sir. You're not at all particular when you've mislaid anything, or if you become a little irritable. Now, that's all right before me. I'm used to it. But you really must not swear before the girl. I swear? I never swear. I detest the habit. What the devil do you mean? That's what I mean, sir. But there is a certain word I must beg you not to use. The girl used it herself just now when she started to enjoy the bath. It begins with the same letter as bath. Now, she knows no better. She learned it at her mother's knee. But she must not hear it from your lips. Well, I can't charge myself without ever having uttered it myself, Mrs. Pierce, except in moments of extreme justifiable excitement. Well, I disagree. Only this morning, sir, you applied it to your boots, to the butter, and to the brown bread. Oh, that. Mere alliteration, Mrs. Pierce, natural to a poet. Well, sir, whatever you choose to call it, I beg you not to let the girl hear you use it, sir. Very well, very well. Is that all? No, sir. We shall have to be very particular with this girl as regards to personal cleanliness. Of course, quite right. Most important. Yes, sir. Then might I ask you, sir, not to come down to breakfast in your dressing gown, or at least not to use it as a napkin, to the extent that you do, sir. And if you would be so good as not to eat everything off the same plate, and to remember not to put the porridge saucepan out of your hand down onto the clean tablecloth, it would be a better example to the girl. Yes, well, I may do these things occasionally in the absence of mine, Mrs. Pierce, but not habitually, surely. I hope you're not offended, Mr. Higgins, sir? Oh, not at all, not at all. You're quite right, Mrs. Pierce. I shall be most particular before the girl. Is that all? No, sir. Might she borrow some of those Japanese dresses you brought from abroad? I really can't put her back into her own things. Yes, of course, Mrs. Pearce, anything you want. Is that all? Thank you, sir. That is all. Do you know, Mr. Pickering, that woman has the most extraordinary ideas about me. I mean, here I am, a shy, diffident sort of man, never been able to feel really grown up and tremendous like other chaps, and yet she is firmly persuaded that I'm an arbitrary, overbearing, bossy kind of person. I can't account for it.